Hello, good evening, my dear students. After long days, we will meet today. I hope every one of you are fine. So, this is a very critical period for us. We are out of our offline class, so we have to accept these new situations of doing online class. Today, I am going to teach you a new chapter, that is chapter 5. The name of the chapter is History, chapter 5. The name of the chapter is Cultural Heritage of India and the Northeast. Cultural Heritage of India and the Northeast. What happened? The COVID pandemic has compelled us to revise our course. So, as per our revised course, what we need to study now is we have to study cultural heritage of Northeast. Cultural heritage of Northeast. We don't need to study about cultural heritage of India. This is not needed. But we will study in the revised course cultural heritage of Northeast. So, in order to understand our lessons, what we have to do, first of all, we must know the meaning of culture. And then we have to know the meaning of heritage. So, here in this chapter, we will basically deal with the cultural heritage of Northeast. But before I go to teach you the cultural heritage of the Northeast, I am going to tell you about the meaning of culture. Once you understand what is culture, then you will understand the lesson very easily. You see, I have given you one question. What do you mean by culture? What do you mean by culture? It is art, literature, music, dance, paintings, morality, religious tolerance, festival, etc. practiced by a society is meant by culture. What is meant by culture? The art, the literature, the music, the dance, paintings, morality, religious tolerance, festival, all this that we practice in our day-to-day life is meant by culture. Is meant by culture. Now, where from we will get to know the culture of India? Or what are the sources of Indian culture? If you want to know more about Indian culture, then we will have to go to Indus Valley Civilization. Indus Valley Civilization. And then we can also go to this Vedic age. In this period, so many cultures were practiced. Like art was practiced, literature was practiced, music was there, dance was there, painting was there, morality was there, religious tolerance, festival, all these things we will find in this period during the time of Indus Valley civilizations. And also we will find all this culture in the Vedic age. So these two Indus Valley Civilization and Vedic Age are some of the sources of Indian culture. If you want to know more about Indian culture, you study about this. Then you will know. All these things you will find being practiced by the Indian society long time back. Now, so I think you have come to know what is meant by culture. Culture is nothing but doing artistic work, practicing literature, practicing music, dance, paintings, morality, religious tolerance, festival. All these are some of the cultures of India. Now, what do you mean by heritage? This is very important. Cultural heritage. Now, what is meant by heritage? Heritage is a practice of art, literature, etc., which are being practiced for long is called heritage. I mean, the culture which were practiced long years ago, and these cultures are still being practiced today. When this continuous process of practice of culture from the long period to the present time, it is called heritage. It is being coming down to us from long times ago. Still we are using this. It was practiced in a long time back, in a time of Indus Valley Civilization and the Vedic Age, but still these cultures are being used, practiced by our society. This is called heritage. It is jumping from one generation to another generation, from one period to another period. It is never ending. So, this is what we mean by cultural heritage. That means our culture is heritage. That means our culture is coming to us from long time back till now. That is what it means by cultural heritage. So, today you got a basic idea about the meaning of culture and meaning of heritage and the sources of Indian culture. But as per our revised syllabus, we will discuss in our class about the Northeast only. About the Northeast. You turn to page number 87. Northeast. What is meant by Northeast? Which region of India is called Northeast? This, as a student of class 10, we must understand. Some of you know northeastern states. When we call it northeastern state, it becomes very clear. But when we call it northeast, then sometimes some of you may get puzzled. So let me tell you northeast and the northeastern states. The meaning is same. See, the term northeast is being coined by the British rulers of India. The name Northeast given to us by the British India. Here in this chapter, Cultural Heritage of Northeast, we will discuss the culture we have in the Northeast. The cultures we have in the Northeast. And before we go to discuss this, let us learn how many states are there in the Northeast. Number 1, Arunachal Pradesh. Number 2, Nagaland. Number 3, Manipur. Number 4, Mizoram. Number 5, Tripura. Number 6, Meghalaya. And number 7 is Assam. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states together are called Northeastern states. How many states are there in the Northeast? There are 7 states in the Northeast. What are those? Those are Arunachal Pradesh, largest state in the northeast, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, Meghalaya and Assam. These northeastern states, each states of the northeast has traditional and distinctive cultural heritage and political history. What do every northeastern states have? Every northeastern states have their traditional and distinctive cultural heritage and political history. They have their own political history and they have their own distinctive cultural heritage. But at the same time, the northeastern states, we will find some common features. Though they have some distinctive cultural heritage and political history, yet they have some common features. Common features mean common characteristics, same characteristics. That is why the government has formed the Northeastern Council. Government of India has formed Northeastern Council. Why? In order to preserve the common characteristics, common features. But very interestingly, Sikkim is also included in the Northeastern Council. Though it is not a part of Northeastern states, but it is included in the council. Northeastern Council is something different and Northeastern states are something different. Northeastern states are a group of 7 states, excluding Sikkim. But Northeastern Council is a council formed for the development and progress of all the entire northeastern states. And here in this council, Sikkim is also included. So if a question is asked, how many states are there in the northeastern councils? Then our answer is 8, including Sikkim. And then if a question is asked, how many states are there in the northeastern states? Then answer is 7. Why 7? Because Sikkim is not included in this. Northeastern region has got a different common identity due to its unique geographical boundary. One different common identity in the northeastern states is what they have a different common identity. And what is this? The difference is unique geographical boundary. Every state in the northeastern states have their unique geographical boundary. For example, the fertile Brahmaputra and Barak Valley plain being in the middle of the northeastern states. The other states have distributed in the north, south and east. The region is again surrounded by foreign countries. This is another unique differences of the northeastern states. Our region, our northeastern state is surrounded by foreign countries. Which are the foreign countries? This is very important. You underline this. Bhutan is our foreign country. China is another foreign country. Myanmar is another foreign country. And Bangladesh is our foreign country. Assam, foreign boundaries, which are the foreign boundaries of Assam. Bhutan has boundary with Bhutan country. and then Bangladesh. Assam has foreign boundary with Bangladesh, and Arunachal Pradesh is another state which has foreign boundary. This is China. Arunachal has foreign country boundary with China, and similarly Mizoram and Nagaland, Manipur has foreign boundary with Myanmar. So this is another unique characteristics of northeastern states. I mean, most of the northeastern states have foreign boundary. They are bounded with foreign countries. Another characteristic, all neighboring states of Assam are hilly. For example, Arunachal Pradesh is hilly state. Nagaland is hilly state. Meghalaya is also a hilly state. Manipur is also a hilly state. It's very interesting. But Assam is a plain state, plain area. It's a plain area. Brahmaputra Valley is there, Barak Valley is there. Though there are some hills in Assam, but these are not distinctive enough. They are not recognizable enough. But other states in the northeast have, you know what? Hill areas. This is due to the this type of natural setting. Assam is used by all states as the central place for comfortable transport connections. I mean, Assam is located in the middle of these northeastern states, and so Assam is a central place for all the northeastern states. I mean, in other words, Assam is the gateway of northeastern states. From here, all the transport connectivities are spread to other parts of the states. So, here, Assam history of Assam is not a new one, it's a very old, and it has a very distinct characteristics. And most importantly, Assam has its own culture. Let us learn something about Assam. Assam is believed that a civilization grew in the Brahmaputra Valley. Even in the prehistoric days, but written history is available after the Burman rulers assumed power in the 4th century. Unfortunately, Assam has a unique culture. Assam has its own history, but there is no record. A record about Assam history started after the Burman rules. That is in the 4th century only. So, though we have a past history about Assam, but it remained unknown to us because there is no record history. It became possible for us to know more about Assam only from the 4th century, because from that period, what happens? We have a record system. And interestingly, more about Assam informations about Assam became distinct when Ahom started writing Buranjis. Buranjis means history. The writing of history in Assam started from, Ahom rules. It is Ahom who started writing history for the first time in Assam. The rulers of neighboring states sometimes express their subordinations or sometimes obey to the rulers of powerful royal families of Assam in different times. So Assam became a central point in matters of connectivity, in matters of political affairs, So time to time, the poor states, the weak states, they took the help from a powerful states of Assam. They express their subordination. Subordination means relationship. The willing relationship with whom? Assam. Information on above relationship between the neighboring states during the reign of Ahom royals 1228 is the period of coming of Ahom to Assam, and then 1826 is what is a British occupation of Assam. 1826 is found in the histories written in this age. Information about relationship between the neighboring states. If you want to know more about Assam's relationship with the northeastern states, then you can have it from the history written between 1228 to 1826. The ruling families had ties with each other through marriages, and during the time of crisis, the kingdom helped each other with military might. Communications set up among the kingdoms through messengers. Barter of different items also took place between kingdoms. Thus, unity and integrity among the people were set up. Majority of the people of the regions belonged to Mongolid group, while Khasis of Meghalaya belonged to the Astic group. So here, when we read this passage, we know about the culture of Assam, the culture of Assamese society, and the cultures of the northeastern states. What is that? Having a very good rapport, a very good relationships with each other. About communications also we come to know. About barter system, it is also a culture, economic culture. Communication system is also a culture. So, the most importantly, when we all these things we see, then what point we acknowledge is what is unity. Unity and integrity is the very important culture of the northeastern states. Unity and integrity, respect of each other, of other states, one state respecting other states, is the unique quality or cultural quality of the northeastern states. These have been set up long times ago, and still we see some unity and integrity among the northeastern states. All the northeastern states have been practicing this culture of unity and integrity. Majority of the people of the region belong to Mongoloid. In the northeastern states, one important feature is the people, where from they belong to, which race they belong to. Here we have seen that most of the people are Mongoloid group. You can say, take example of Napoleon, I'm also Mongoloid. And Khasis of Meghalaya to the Astic group. In Meghalaya, so Khasi people, they belong to another group called Astic group. They came from other places, and Mongoloids came from other places, and they have been residing in Assam for a long time past. During the British days, the rulers started expanding Christianity in the northeast, particularly in the hill states, while the Hindu religion established roots in area during ancient times. Hinduism was expanded in Manipur and Tripura in ancient times. This is another culture of the northeastern states. Religion is also a religious tolerance. This is also a culture. So Hinduism is a culture of the northeastern states. It has been there from a long time period, and later on Christianity, spread of Christianity, it became like a culture, and still it is spreading on. So we had this from a long time back, and still it is existing. Several tribes regions still follow animist traditions. Another culture we have this one, tradition of animist. I mean, belief and worship of animals. For example, some tribes of Arunachal Pradesh follow the Hindu, Christians, Buddha religions, but at the same time they also worship Done Polo, that is their popular deities, the sun and the moon. Hornbill is one of the most popular festivals in Nagaland, and it is celebrated in the first 10 days in the month of December. So festival is also a culture. It is practiced in all over the northeastern states. And animist traditions like belief in different religions, it is also practiced. In Arunachal Pradesh also they have another religious practice that is called Done Polo. So these cultures are not new in the northeastern states. All these cultures have been there from the time immemorial, and still these cultures are prevalent in the northeastern states. That is why it is called heritage. So if you read this all, we will find the culture of the northeastern states, from which periods we have been practicing this till the present time. In the next class, we will see another very important things. We will especially deal with the cultural heritage of Assam. First, we will discuss cultural heritage of Assam, and then after that, we will discuss about cultural heritage of the other distant places, northeastern states, but especially we will deal about cultural heritage of Assam, because we are staying in Assam. We ought to know what are those cultures and which are the cultural heritage of Assam. Okay, and now I will give you some questions for you to answer. You will answer it at home. You will write down the notes. Whichever questions you don't know, we will have a discussion on Monday. On Monday, there will be an interactive class on Monday. I will have a video clips on Assam and its cultural heritage, and after that we will have a interactive class. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Good night.